Next we have is the date and time field. This field allows users to enter the requested date and time on your form. So in the field option, you can now also choose a style for a date and time between drop-down date and the date picker. As under the advanced option, you can see a field called date format. So there are 4 date formats that you can choose from. Next we have is disable dates. So now you can choose the dates when you want to disable in the form. So when you do this, the users will not be able to select the disabled dates on the front end. To disable the dates, click on the field and a calendar will appear. Here, simply select the dates that you want to disable. So here you can see that we have set the disabled dates to the 25th August. So when the user tries to pick a date from the calendar, the 25th August option is disabled. So this happens when you disable a date. Moving on, we have the date localization. This option allows you to choose the desired date localization to display. Further, you can see an option called default to current date. You can check this option to set the current date as default. Next is disable the past date. You can check this option if you would like to disable the past date, that is date before the current date. And lastly, we have enable minimum and maximum date. You can check this option to set the minimum and the maximum date. So when you set the minimum and the maximum date, only those date frame will be displayed in the front end. And lastly, you can make the other changes as per your requirement. So apart from date, there's field option for time as well. So first and foremost, you need to choose the time option under the format. So similar to the date, you can also choose the style in which the time field will be shown on the front end. So among the two options, if you choose the first option, it will be displayed in this style in your front end. And similarly, if you choose the drop-down option, it will appear in this style in the front end. Next on, under the advanced option, you can change more option for your time field. Here, you can see an option called time interval and format. You can choose the time format to be in 12 hours or 24 hours. Next one is enable minimum and maximum time. There are 2 options to choose from in here. You can set the minimum time and maximum time from this option. So you should know that the users cannot select other time that doesn't lie in between the minimum and the maximum time. So if you choose minimum time only, the users cannot select a time before that. The same goes for the maximum time. So for example, you can see here we have set the minimum time as 1 hour and 15 minutes, and similarly we have set the maximum time as 2 hours and 15 minutes. So this means only those durations will be showed in the front end and users can only pick time within those durations. Similarly, you can make other changes like hide label, field visibility and enable conditional logic and make other changes as per your requirement.